Hey everyone, welcome to the results video of our first park creation contest. Now in this first edition of the park creation contest, players had 6 months to create a park which was themed around one or more world wonders. Now we got 9 finished entries for this contest. In this video I'm going to show you all of them. I'll start with the one that got the lowest score and I'll finish by announcing who was the winner of this round. Alright, in 9th place we have the entry from 73 and Banan Fanat. Well, 73, I believe he built most of it, and in the end Banan Fanat, who was a newcomer on my Discord, helped him out to finish the entry. Now it's a typical entry what you would expect from 73, mostly dark colors with the stuff in it, like the coasters, very bright colors, very huge pillars, and some scenery that only 73 will understand. Now, the World Wonder, I believe it's the Tower of Babel, which you can see over here. I believe this one is it. And the park is sort of built around that. We can see some huge shapes over here, going far into the sky, and some of these huge coasters which sprawl all around the map. I believe over here is the entrance. Now players, it's actually pretty difficult to see. Let me see if I can get it into focus. The contestants had to build either a parking lot or some public transport for people to get to the park. And we can actually see a single bus here for a guest to actually, I guess this is what transports guests towards it. Now this entry didn't get a lot of love from most of the voters, so you'll see it at the bottom of the list. But I'm proud of 73 for actually finishing this entry. Okay, here we have the entry from Soccer Dude XX. Now, he created this park where in the center we have this area with several teleporters. Actually, there are some of the lifts from one of the Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 expansions. And these lifts over here all lead to a different area centered around a different world wonder. So here we have a lift that leads to the Empire State Building, which you can see over here. It's pretty huge, and I like the way it looks. And there's also this single rail coaster traveling around it. Now over here we have the Amazon River, which I believe is also considered a world wonder. There are some small flaws in this entry. For example, this go-kart ride here is stuck. That probably would have been easy to catch, I think. Also, these boats here. There's probably a bit too many boats in this ride, because all these guests are stuck here behind the station. So yeah, those are some things which probably should have been fixed before submitting. Now, there's also some other areas. Over here we have one of these pyramids. Must be an Egyptian area. Over here we have an Arctic area, maybe it's Antarctica. Over here we have the Great Wall of China. And this is, I believe this is the Arc de Triomphe. This area is themed after France. Now, and finally we also have an area up here, high in the sky, and this area is the moon. Not really sure if the moon is a world wonder, but it is wondrous for sure. Now, to be fair, not really sure if it's a good idea to put the moon on such a large chunk of void color land, because it does block the view of quite a bit of the park. Maybe if the moon was here at ground level, it would have, or at least a little bit lower, it would have blocked less of the view. But yeah, I must say overall, I think this is really nicely done. I think this is a great way to do a World Wonder Park. Alright, the next park is from Ricardo Wodo. And Ricardo Wodo created a sort of similar idea as the previous one. So over here we can see the entrance of the park. I think it's really nicely done with all these sand color tiles. This is, I believe this is a hotel. I think it was called something like the Great Wall of China. Here in the middle we can see the lighthouse. I believe that's Alexandria Lighthouse. And from here guests can go to several differently themed areas. So over here is Angkor Wat. It's this temple with these really distinct, very iconic towers. Ricardo would have asked on Discord for some ideas on how to do these towers. Actually came up with the suggestion to make stacks of rotodrop vehicles, and that actually worked really well. So I'm really pleased to see Ricardo would have used my idea. But yeah, I think the temple actually looks pretty nice. We can also see several other areas here. Here's Venice area with this big dark ride with these boats. I like that there's these cutouts, so you can actually see some of the scenes that are playing out for this ride. Over here we have a little Egyptian area. I saw some comments from people who said it looked a little bit rough, and they probably were talking about the landscaping here. Yeah, maybe that could have been smoothened out a little bit. If you have the Roller Coaster Tycoon 1 wall edges, there's actually some colors for the walls that look more like sand. Maybe they would have looked nice here. Now there's also some other areas here. Over here we have Holland, which is pretty nicely done. Definitely recognizable as a typical street from an old Dutch city. I really like the way Ricardo Wodo did these houses, but also this drawbridge here looks pretty cool. We can also see some tulip fields here. And then finally, here's looks like an Aztec area. And over here, I believe this is the walled city of Kowloon. Yeah, I think Ricardo Wodo did a really fun job at making his park themed around a world wonder, or multiple world wonders. Right, next entry is from Lurker. I believe Lurker built this in 3 or 4 days. It's pretty insane. He decided to try and just speed run a park for this contest. So even though people had 6 months to create the park, Lurker just did it in a few days. What he put together, I think it looks incredible. So the world wonder is this lighthouse which he came up with, and in the story it said something like it being off-center, and he said it was totally deliberate and not caused by him actually building without paying too much attention. So you can see this big base, and the tower is not really in the center of it. But yeah, let's just go with the story, and let's just say it was done deliberately. Now around this tower we see multiple rides, several large coasters, lots of other rides, and yeah, just lots of elevation changes, nice foliage throughout the park. You can also see a lot of these structures using these new wall edges that OpenRCT2 now provides. These walls come from the Roller Coaster Tycoon 1 beta. I think Lurker used them pretty nicely. You can also see them here around the edge of the park. Yeah, I think they fit here pretty well. But yeah, I think Lurker made a great park for this contest. It's just really fun to go through it. Now, by the way, these entries are huge. I cannot possibly show everything there is in this entry. So I really recommend you go and check out these entries for yourself. So basically all you need is the last version of OpenRCT2. And then if you go on my Discord and look in the archive, you will find all these parks. And then you can also take a look. Alright, next up is the entry from Immortal Cactus. And Immortal Cactus came up with his own world wonder. This looks like the Faultless. That's what it's called. It's a big membrane. I think it looks very hypnotic. But these are actually just lift vehicles moving up and down. But I think it looks great. It's a really hypnotizing pattern. Now the whole park is built around this world wonder, and all the rides in this park all have something weird about them, especially the coasters. Here you can see a launched coaster. Not really sure if we're going to see it in action here, but it has a really cool effect here in that the vehicles are followed by some ghosts as they move around the track. I'm just going to speed it up a bit. Okay, here we go. Now if you watch this coaster, we can see it now gets followed around by several of these ghost dragons. So yeah, these are actually the vehicles that you can spawn while you are building a ride to test it out. But yeah, they have this really nice, really white color. I think it's really cool to see these cozy trains being followed around by some of these dragons. Yeah, it's a really really nice effect. You can see some beautiful buildings in this entry, by the way, like this one over here. Here's another coaster that's really cool. We can see this elevator go up, and then these coaster vehicles go around, and they actually travel around the track here several times until they lose enough speed at some point, and then they roll backwards into a different track. And over here the same thing happens. You can see this coaster train travel around here several times, and then later at some point here it now reverses, and then it ends up on a different track. A really cool design for a coaster. Several other really interesting rides in this park, and I always really love Immortal Cactus, his coaster designs. They're always so wacky. You can also see some other fun stuff. You can see some of these wagons being pulled by raptors. That really gives me imagination mega park vibes. Really cool to see it in another park as well. Some other really cool rides like this spinning ride here, kind of like a G-force training for astronauts. Yeah, here's a raptor farm. Yeah, this park is just full of fun and wacky rides. I highly recommend you go and check out this park for yourself and try to figure out how Immortal Cactus made all these rides. They're just super fun to watch. Alright, in 4th place we have the entry from Hobion. It's another huge park, and this park is mostly centered around this World Wonder here, which is this island full of these epic buildings here. These buildings, I think they have a great shape. And yeah, this coaster also weaves in and out of these buildings, and also has the station right here in the middle of it. I think this coaster looks absolutely beautiful. Yeah, it's just really wondrous to see this coaster. Also some nice custom supports here and there, and especially here above the water. These custom supports, I think they look great. I think it also works really well with this watercolor that Hobion created with this palette that he used. There's not just this island here, the rest of the park also looks wonderful. We have this beautiful train line over here with some of these buildings which look a little bit more industrial. We have a beautiful wooden coaster here in the background, also a coaster that looks like it's mining here. Here we can see the coaster with a beautiful station. I believe this was the second World Wonder of the park, or what used to be a World Wonder. Because yeah, there used to be a big tree here, but then some drunk dude cut it down. Probably this guy, who's called the Drunk Woodchuck. Yeah, Hobion just used some incredible tricks throughout the park. Here you can see a beautiful dueling coaster as well. Yeah, it's just amazing to watch all the stuff that Hobion created. Here's some more really creative stuff. We can see this twist ride here, which is suspended from this crane. We see some other stuff down here with these inverting ships. I think they're just scenery. Oh wait, no, people are actually riding it. There's this suspended monorail. Yeah, I could just go on and on and on. There's just so much cool stuff to see in this map. Yeah, once again, Hobion did a wonderful job in this park. Now, I did see a complaint, well, from me and maybe some others, that the park was not really centered around the World Wonder. The World Wonder is here, and a lot of the park is just built around it. Maybe it would have been nice if the World Wonder was more in the center, or maybe another World Wonder was over here. But yeah, I think that's just a nitpick, because what Hobion put together here is incredible. Alright, then in 3rd place we had entry from Levels, Monster Box and Low Poly Surf. And for this entry I will zoom out and maybe you'll recognize it. And this is of course the Palm Leaf Islands in Dubai. And Levels decided to create an entire park on into these islands. Now, yeah, here guests enter the park. It's a beautiful station over here. Then there's this monorail which reaches all over the island. And then each of these leaves is done in its own unique style. Here's more, I don't know what style this is, but here's some tropical foliage, Ferris wheel. There's a wooden coaster with a pirate ship on this island. This part of the island is very futuristic with a space base, a big rocket. Here's a nice dark ride. Over here, this is a Japanese or Asian style area, also looking really cool. I believe this island or this part of the island is themed after Greenland, with all these Nordic houses. What I really like is how they did these rocks here. These are actually recolored Sphinx scenery objects, and because of the palette that was used, they have this really cool gradient to them, which makes them look like just rocks. That's just really cool. Then over here we have an area that's themed after Egypt, it looks like. This gate looks incredible. But yeah, also this area is just beautifully decorated. I think these pyramids look really cool. Also this coaster looks really nice. I quite like how he used this large corkscrew from the Giga Coaster track to actually work here as the corkscrew for this Aero coaster. Because the Aero track doesn't really have large corkscrews yet. Now this looks like a futuristic or steampunk area. Also looking really cool. This kind of reminds me of Baron at Efteling. Here we have sort of a cityscape. You can see a roulette machine here. So I guess this is a casino, maybe themed after Las Vegas. And there's several more themed areas here. Candy themed area. And here's some other themed areas. And of course, one of the highlights of the park is of course this grand hotel over here. Which I believe it's actually a recreation of an existing hotel. But yeah, all in all, I think these three players work together to make a great creation for this contest. I love the overall shape of this map, and all these themed areas. They look great. Alright, there's just 2 entries remaining. I will first show both of them, and after that I will reveal which one is the winner of this round. Alright, here's the entry from Beautiful Monday. Now over here, of course, we can see Stonehenge, and guests actually enter from this portal over here in the middle. And from there, 3 beautiful areas are connected to this island. Now, this area looks great, by the way. And from these things you see here in space, you can tell which area you're going to. So over here there's a Japanese area in the snow. Over here there's a European area with a beautiful castle over here. This is just incredible. This is definitely one of the best castles I've ever seen anyone build in this game. And over here we also have a beautiful African area. Now I'll start with the African area. This looks incredible. Over here we have a little town with all these huts. You also see some guests dancing around this. Don't know what it's called. These guests look to be jumping here, so maybe they're in a maze. I'm not actually sure. Oh wait, these are actually entertainers. That's why they're jumping. Wait, and over here there's this beautiful, great-looking coaster with this giant palace over here. What I also really like is these, I think they're birds that are flying around. Those are really fun. They're made with these monorail cycles. But yeah, I think it's a really cool effect. Around this coaster we have all these beautiful statues and other decorations. I think it looks amazing. Now over here we have the European area. These are some beautiful houses over here. Also have a big wooden coaster. My game is struggling a bit at the moment. I think it's trying to do an autosave. So let's just wait that out. Okay, it seems to be done. Yeah, beautiful wooden coaster. And then over here, we have this amazing castle. Yeah, there's just so many layers to this castle. I think it just looks incredible. I love everything about this castle. But on this castle, we also see several different beautiful scenes, like yeah, all these. You can see all these knights over here. We'll see some guests walking around here. Yeah, these scenes just really make me smile. By the way, you can also see these Pegasus flying around with these wagons behind them. Also, a really fun detail. But yeah, wherever you look at the castle, you can just see really nice scenes. Here we can see a dining hall scene with these knights around them. This might be a little market here. It's a market cart, some guests buying food. Yeah, I could just go on and on and on. You should definitely go and check out this entry for yourself. What Beautiful Monday here built here is just incredible. Now, and then finally over here we see this Japanese area in the snow. Here's just a beautiful coaster, but also the landscaping here is just beyond. I'm beyond words. This looks incredible. What I also really like about this area is how Beautiful Monday did this land edge here. Looks like some poles and some other scenery items have been placed along the edge here in the void color, and that makes it look like the bottom of this land consists of icicles. That's also really incredible. We can see lots of these beautiful pagoda buildings here. And yeah, it's actually one that was built with diagonal pieces, so it looks like it's on sort of a weird angle. And yeah, this must be so yeah, incredibly difficult to build. So yeah, it's really amazing what Beautiful Monday built in this park. So yeah, just an amazing creation from Beautiful Monday. A really nice job. Right, and the final entry is from Ballpit Warrior and 94 Supreme Posse. I believe Ballpit Warrior did around 90% of the work here, and 94 Supreme Posse did the other 10%. But yeah, over here is the entrance of the park, and then guests have a lot of choices where they can go to. Yeah, this park is just incredibly dense and just full of nice and different areas. So I don't really know where to start. Let's just start with the entrance. Here we have a beautiful town, which kind of looks Egyptian. We have a big gift store here. Yeah, just yeah, beautiful buildings wherever you look here. That's great. See these guests walking around here on these really wide promenades. Yeah, this park is really built like an actual theme park rather than the previous entry. But both are really wondrously done in their own ways. Here we can see the big log flume ride built around this big building. This might also be a world wonder, but I don't really recognize it. It's called Sakakini. Maybe that's a temple or something. I'm not really sure myself. Here we have a big Egyptian area with a big pyramid in the middle. Also with the top sort of blown off. There's some launched freefall rides here, which actually you can sometimes see shoot up here. Here goes one of them. Actually, my favorite ride here of this area is this ride over here. Now it takes a while for it to fill up, but yeah, when it's filled up, it will actually look like guests are carrying these carriages around. I will just quickly make it stop waiting for guests so we can see it in action. Now, normally there's some more guests below these carriages, but here you can actually see it in action. So it kind of looks like guests are carrying these carriages around, which I think is a really fun effect. Now, some beautiful coasters in this park. We can see several big B&M coasters like this one over here. There's also a huge RMC here with some really striking colors. And of course this big sculpture over here, this big symbol. Now, over here we have an area that looks like it's themed after the Hanging Gardens of Babylon with its famous blue gate. And yeah, here there's some beautiful gardens, also with a really nice coaster Looks like a launch coaster in between. Here's a beautiful play area in the middle. And I think this is one place where these plastic trees actually look really good. Here's another area with a really big theater. This also looks wonderful. It also looks like the guests can actually use this ride. Here you can see them sit in one of these vehicles. Here's another big temple. I don't believe this one's actually part of the park, since I don't see any paths leading to it. So it's probably just used here as a backdrop for this ride. Now, over here we can see the Alexandria Lighthouse. I believe that's what what it represents. And over here we can see a giant mosque, also with a ride passing through it. But yeah, and this park just has several great world wonders, many beautiful scenes, many rides. I cannot possibly cover everything in this video, since there are so many rides, so many beautiful buildings. So yeah, if you want to have a fun time exploring a park, definitely go download this park for yourself and check it out. Alright, now it's time to reveal which one of these last two parks is the winner of our first park creation contest. Is it this entry from Ball Pit Warrior and 94 Supreme Posse? Or is it the entry from Beautiful Monday? And the winner of the World Wonder Park Creation Contest is... Beautiful Monday! Beautiful Monday got an incredible score for his creation, and it's no miracle. Yeah, what he put together is just short of a miracle, I think. All these buildings, all the landscaping, all the rides, everything just looks incredible in this park. And I think Beautiful Monday can be really proud of what he put together here. Now, there were a lot of amazing entries in this contest. We will start a new park creation contest soon with a completely different prompt. If you want to join, yeah, just become a member on my Discord, and you will have around 6 months to complete your entry, so you can take your time. Alright, yeah, that's going to be it for this video. If you liked these entries, please hit that like button. It would really help out my channel, and I would really like to hear in the comments below which one of these entries is your favorite. Alright, that's going to be it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you again in the next one. See you later.